I just recently uploaded a video and it's titled The Lesson of Homelessness 1986. All of that comes from my journal. I have a life journal. Currently, right now, I believe it's up to almost 6,000 pages because I'm always recording my life experiences. So, not too long, if you probably noticed, I realized that I had a clone voice program in the regular program that I had used to use. And so for a long time, me and my brother Josh was talking about, wouldn't it be cool if you could utilize your voice for your writing instead of the other voices that sound a bit robotic, and I've always wondered if I was able to do that. And then come to find out with me, just messing around the other day, I came to find out that that whole cloning voice app was always contained inside of the apps that I already had. I just overlooked it or whatever the case may be, but I ended up finding it and I ended up utilizing it. Now, I haven't perfected it yet in terms of the way that I want my voice to sound, but it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Reason why I bring this up is because, as I said before, I have a journal that's almost 6,000 pages long of my own life experiences because my whole life is it's a lot of lessons. And so when you have a family members, I'm just going to get right to it. Whenever you have family members coming in contact with your videos, the primary people that are always criticizing, mocking you, putting you down, kicking you while you're down, are the ones that are going to criticize you, even when you're coming up in life, even if you try to express what you've learned in the past. And one of the main reasons why they don't really appreciate what you're doing is because they've made themselves objects of a whole lot of things that you're referring to. And you don't even have to be mentioning their names, So there's always this assertion that, oh, he's always holding on to the past. He's always holding on to the past. That's one of the reasons why he make those videos. The reason why I make my videos is because I've learned a whole lot in life. I've learned a whole lot and I've survived. I'm 60 years old and I don't look 60 because I'm a survivor. I'm 60 years old and I don't have any high blood pressure. I don't have any ulcers. I don't have any health problems. Even after my 2014 motorcycle accident, to where I died just for a few minutes. Coming out of that, I don't have any health problems. I don't have any brain damage. I don't have any arthritis. The Creator brought me through all of that, and even that is what most would be considered a testimony. I learned something from that, so I share it. Now, that whole homeless experience, I used to read it a whole lot, and not too long ago, I believe it was like close to 3 years ago, I was going to use the other program voices in order to get that message out there to try to help people understand that homelessness has very little to do with you not having shelter. However, when I realized that I had that program to where I can put my voice to a whole lot of writings in my journal, I decided to do so. And so that's where that comes from. And I'm going to keep putting videos out there from my journal. If I feel as though it's going to help someone else, what the hell do I care about so-called family members accusing me of holding on to the past? Because it seems as though here's a man who was accused of holding on to the past, but it seems like a lot of you Negroes are paying very close attention to what I'm doing on a daily basis. So while you're paying all of this attention to me, what are you doing? Because I know what I'm doing. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing on this planet. I don't have anyone having to do me any favors and taking care of me because I've made a whole lot of mistakes of my past, and I'm showcasing myself like I'm so um, um, living a high life and I'm so successful because I'm leaning upon someone else to do and take care of me. Through all of my trials, I found out how to depend upon only oneself because I was blessed to come up in a family to where the Creator had showed me you have no one else to depend upon. You have no one to depend upon. No one. No one is in your corner. Now, most people may say, how is that a blessing? It's because it puts one in the position to where they have to rely upon the Creator and themselves. So once you come to understand that, and once you realize the importance and vitality of that, then you embrace it 100%. And you move forward. And you become successful. And of course, you're going to go through some trials. I hope I go through some more trials because that doesn't do anything but improve my life experience to the degree to where I survive enough and I live long enough in order to obtain information from those to where I'll be able to tell others who may suffer either the same thing or similar things. So whatever I'm doing my purpose. And obviously, if there's a whole lot of people out there in my world or your world who seems to, every time you make something to where you want to share with the world, they're always complaining about, well, he's holding on to the past. He needs to let that go. Well, you need to mind your business and focus on what's going on with you, because obviously one of the primary reasons why you're paying so much attention to what I'm doing is because you're doing nothing. How about that? You're doing nothing. And there's a whole lot of things that I could say that haven't manifested with any of you. However, I'm out here in Las Vegas. I have my 2 sons. I have my family here. I don't need you. I don't need your approval. I don't need your support. I need nothing from any of you. So what you need to do is concentrate on what you're doing with your life. And in terms of him holding on to the past, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. All of you so-called preachers in the family, if I'm holding on to the past so much, what are you doing every Sunday telling the same story over and over again about the same man without taking his lessons and putting it out here in the world to where people can understand it to the degree that they can handle what's going on currently? The only thing you're doing is you're telling the same story over and over again, quoting the same scriptures over and over again without giving anybody insight into the current issues that they're dealing with today. And you have been doing that for the past almost 300 years. And so you continue to tell the same story over and over again without being able to make it real today. So therefore, you are talking about the same thing over and over again every Sunday. So who's holding on to the past? Talking about a man without giving meaning to what he meant. You're talking about a man like a fairy tale story every Monday for the past almost 400 years. So who's holding on to the past? This man died close to 3,000 years ago. And you still telling the same story over and over again. But are you taking some of his lessons? Do you understand his lessons to the degree to where you've experienced life in a way to where you can take a whole lot of your struggles and you can tie into that man's message and tell the people exactly what he meant when he said this, because I've been through it. And are you able to articulate it? Are you able to make it real? Or are you able to just criticize people? Oh, he's just holding on to the past. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You don't get a damn thing. Because all you're doing is sitting back criticizing. All you're doing is talking amongst yourself, even though you know I don't know that. I know that because you've always done it. And that's one of the reasons why the Creator planted me here in order to grow my own family. In spite, if it didn't work out with their mother, I still have my sons. And I still love my sons. And my sons still love me. So if there's anyone out there that's going through something as similar and stupid as this is, you go right ahead and you keep doing what you're doing. And let them say whatever they want to say. If you're holding on to the past, look, those people are trash. You keep right on doing what you're doing because you know what you're here for. Everything that you suffered and you went through in life was to imbue divine messages inside of you that you may be able to distribute that information so that it may help other people. You're not a crybaby. You're not holding on to the past. You're a teacher. That's what you are. You're a person who shares their life teachings with the rest of the world. And you keep right on doing just that. And understand one thing. If there's anyone, any group of people out here that's going to do all that they can to prevent you from doing exactly what you were put on this earth to do, it is so-called family, your biological family, which doesn't mean anything. Your biological family doesn't mean anything. This is one of the reasons why it says we war not with flesh and blood, but of principalities. You're not at war with these biological because they really don't matter. It's the principle of what they're trying to prevent you from accomplishing with your life. That's where the war is. And if you have to separate yourself from your biological family in order for you to fulfill exactly what you were put on this earth to do, then suffer it be so, brother or sister. Suffer it be so. The same way he told Peter, suffer it be so. This is what he meant when he said, hey, Yeshua, your mother and your brother, stepbrother James is here. He said, who is my mother? Who is my brother? Who is my sister? He pointed to his disciples. He said, those who do the will of the Father, those are they who are my mother, my brother, my sisters. It's principle. We war not against principalities. So you can keep talking, keep right on talking. But I don't see any of you not observing. You sound like you're very much interested in what I'm doing. Well, you go right ahead. But just realize one thing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing on this planet and more. However, while you're watching me, what are you doing to fulfill yours?